Good morning, Year 3, and welcome to your final week of lockdown English. And this week we're going to be looking at poetry and free verse poetry, really. So it's going to be a really nice week to just chill out and do a bit of poetry, ready for the week beginning in school. So should be good. So here is your spag starter. You need to circle the 3 nouns that are on this slide. So if you'd like to pause the video and just work out those, that would be fab. Okay, so hopefully you have got earth, river and paper, because they are all nouns. Right, for the other starter then, we need to write these words, circle the words that have the sh sound. So we have shop, bath, bush and shell. And then the words that have the sh sound are shop, bush and shell. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the features of a free verse poem, and by the end of the week you will have written your own. So I want you to close your eyes and listen carefully to this poem. I want you to picture what is being said in your mind. So let your imagination run wild and just imagine and picture what it is the poet is saying.
Last night, I saw the city breathing. Last night, I saw the city breathing. Great gusts of people rushing in and puffing out of stations, singing mouths. Last night, I saw the city laughing. Takeaways got the giggles. Cinemas split their sides and living rooms completely creased themselves. Last night, I saw the city dancing. Shadows were cheek to cheek with brick walls. Trains wiggled their hips all over the place. And the trees in the breeze put on a show for an audience of windows. Last night, I saw the city starving. Snaking Avenue smacked her lips and swallowed 7 roundabouts. Fat office blocks got stuffed with light and gloated over empty parking lots. Last night, I saw the city crying. Cracked windows poured falling stars, and the streets were paved with mirrors. Last night, I saw the city sleeping. Roads night dreamed. Street lamps quietly boasted, "When I grow up, I'm going to be a star." And the wind, like a cat, snoozed in the nooks of roofs.
Now this poem is amazing. I absolutely love this poem and it fits with our Urban Pioneer topic really, really well. So I'm going to read it for you and I just want you to follow now the poem here. Last night I saw the city breathing. Great gusts of people rushing in and puffing out of stations, singing mouths. Last night I saw the city laughing. Takeaways got the giggles, cinemas split their sides, and living rooms completely creased themselves. Last night I saw the city dancing. Shadows were cheek to cheek with brick walls. Trains wiggled their hips all over the place, and the trees in the breeze put on a show for an audience of windows. Last night I saw the city starving. Snaking Avenue smacked her lips and swallowed 7 roundabouts. Fat office blocks got stuffed with light and gloated over empty parking lots. Last night I saw the city crying. Cracked windows poured falling stars, and the streets were paved with mirrors. Last night I saw the city sleeping. Roads night dreamed. Street lamps quietly boasted, "When I grow up, I'm going to be a star." And the wind, like a cat, snoozed in the nooks of roofs. So this poem has lots and lots of imagery and personification. So in this poem you're going to be looking for the features of this free verse poem. You're going to be looking for the title, the stanzas, repetition, imagery, alliteration, and personification. Now, personification is when you describe something, giving it human-like attributes. So here, last night, I saw the city breathing. Well, the city, it doesn't breathe. The city cannot breathe. You see that the cinemas split their sides. So cinemas are laughing, but obviously the cinemas aren't actually laughing. It's the people inside them that are laughing. But that's what the personification means. So how that snaking avenue swallowed 7 roundabouts. You've got that the street lamps quietly boasted, so they're bragging about things. But obviously street lamps can't do that, but humans can. So personification is just when you give an object human-like qualities. Obviously you know what repetition is. It's when it is repeated over and over, and hopefully you can see the repetition in there. Imagery is when you can picture it, so it's giving you good description. And alliteration, is there any alliteration in this poem? Hopefully you can remember as well what stanzas are. They are parts of a poem where the lines are together, and it's kind of like a paragraph, and it's just separated from the rest of another stanza. So how many stanzas are in this poem? Now, free verse poetry is all about being able to read a poem without having any rhyming or worrying about too much punctuation, or having a specific amount of lines in the stanza. So it's all about being free, basically, is what a free verse poem is all about. So that is what you are going to do today. I would like you to read through the poem again. It will be on the school website, and you're going to be identifying these key features: title, stanzas, repetition, imagery, alliteration, and personification. And if you can at home, if you have if you can print this out, you can use highlighters or pencil to identify these features in the poem. If not, if you're just doing it online, you might want to write down the areas that you think, so the title, what the title is, how many stanzas it has, what words are repeated, your favourite imagery lines that are in there, the alliteration that's being used, and a couple of bits of personification that you have identified if you do not have a printer. But that is all from me today. Nice and sweet and short. So just looking for those key features of the free verse poem. I will leave up the link to the poem that is being read out loud, and I'll also put up the poem document for you as well. I hope you have a lovely Monday, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Goodbye, Year 3.